far are you going?
Oh, just a couple of Back to the Future movie locations. Right, baby bird? You know it, homie. Punch it. This is going to be 1985, where Marty realizes that he's late for school, and he's actually coming out of Doc's garage. They only added that for the movie. That was a facade. In the movie, it either probably was next to this light pole right here or that building. I think they might have knocked down, because I remember there being a wall there or something. But the house facade was here. Leaves Doc's lab. Skateboards down here. Here's the Burger King. Gets on the skateboard, turns and goes down that way. And yeah, you're right, that begins the Power of Love scene. Then, you know, when it starts cutting to like him waving at the girls in the fitness area and stuff like that, that's all Universal. And for the most part, things haven't really changed. It's pretty much the same.
It's been the same since the 80s.
Yeah.
The outdoor is different, but it's still kept Burger King here.
Yeah, it hasn't really changed much, so pretty cool. Wow, I can't believe this is the school that Marty McFly and his parents went to in the Back to the Future movie. But hold up, I don't remember bars being on this high school. That wasn't in the movie. Yeah, you're right, baby bird. These bars were not on here in the movie during the filming. I think they added these, you know, later on as the years went by. But here is the Whittier High School that is in the Back to the Future movies. You can see it in the beginning of the first film. Marty is actually skating his way up to the steps over here. This is the administrative building, and Jennifer walks out and tells him, nope, they only get caught by the principal, so she has him go around that way.
So it's both the 50s and the 80s in the same school?
Yep. Yeah, what's good, y'all? So a couple blocks down from Marty's actual house, you know, in that scene where you see Marty skating into the Lyon Estates? So if you can imagine in your brain, this is the entrance of that neighborhood. The Lyon Estates sign would be somewhere right here and right here on these two curbs. And Marty would be skating right down that neighborhood right there. Yep. So we are now at Marty's house for 1985, the McFly residence. So yeah, we're gonna show you the house. There's actually a private residence, so we don't want to serve the homeowner, so we're gonna kind of shoot it from across the street. But yeah, we're gonna kind of show you the house, and it looks pretty cool, just like in the movie.
Very tight street.
Hey everybody, so we are now here at the Puente Hills Mall, known as the Twin Pines Mall
And
Lone Pine Mall from the Back to the Future movie. So if you remember from the movie, Marty skates up, so if you're looking from the street, Marty skates this way, stops right here, looks over, and he sees Doc's Enterprise truck right there, or somewhere around there. And Einstein is sitting over there waiting for him. Somewhere in this area, asks Einstein, hey Einie, where's the Doc boy? And the Doc Brown Enterprise truck is here, and the DeLorean, there's a bunch of smoke and stuff. The DeLorean rolls out right next to Marty as Doc comes out with a crazy surprised look, and he's like, Marty, you made it. So yeah, so that's that portion of that scene. Another great cool fun fact is that, so when you see Marty, aka Michael J. Fox, getting chased by the Libyans in the Back to the Future movie, it seems like he takes off, they kind of do this round circle thing, they take off this way, he goes around this way, comes back through this way as he's getting ready to hit 88 miles per hour. And from what we've been told is that as he goes back in time and disappears, the Libyans are the ones that crash into the photo thing, which would have been about right here where I'm standing. So, and there's actually there's like a little indentation of where it could have still been. We saw it and we're like, oh, that'd be cool if that actually was where they had placed it, and throughout all these years that the marking of it is still there. Yeah, so if you come to the mall, definitely this is another cool spot. It's right across from the F2. So F2 is right there, the giant thing. If you come this way to my right, near this planter right here with this tree, that's where the photo display thing would have been, right there. If you want to know where the sign is, actually the Twin Pines Mall sign is inside the mall. So that's also really cool. And it lights up and does the whole thing, and it looks just like it jumped out of the movie. Here's another Back to the Future movie location. Alex and myself are out here in Chino Hills, or the outskirts of Chino-ish, Eastville-ish area, California. And we are in the Back to the Future filming location where Marty arrives in 1955, more on the outskirts of Hill Valley, or where he realizes Lyon Estates, his neighborhood, has not even been built yet. When Marty stops, he's actually coming this way, so the DeLorean would be coming at me. He pumps the brakes, stops right about maybe here-ish, it looks like in the film. Stops the DeLorean probably about somewhere here, parks it, gets out, walks down this road this way. And when he comes upon the realization that the two Lyon Estates lions, one's here, one's in that way. There's a tractor out here, and he's looking like, what? His neighborhood's not even built yet, because he's in 1955. And then, I believe, because the DeLorean's out of gas, he now has to park it behind the billboard sign. Alright, it's time to push this DeLorean behind the billboard. Oh snap, where'd the billboard go?
And the way you know is takes it out of the room. Right here, shoulder, you can see it in the clip. And so the billboard.
Yep, so this is where the billboard would be, and he actually parks the DeLorean behind the billboard. So we just realized when Marty tries to stop the old guy and the older lady, the Lyon Estates billboard here, and as he's looking, the car with that Wilbur guy and the old lady, his wife, are coming down the street in the older car. He stands where he's like, hey, excuse me, you guys, and then she starts choking out her husband. Don't stop, Wilbur, don't stop! And then they take off this way. Yo, where am I? Where comes this lady in this car? I ask her. Hey, yo, lady, can you stop? Hey, can you tell me what year I'm in? She said, no, wait, yo! And when Marty is getting ready to leave, he actually walks down this road right here, going this way toward the water tower. I don't know if you can see in the background, the water tower is actually, let's see, it's right there. It's actually behind that pole. The pole's blocking it. But the water tower that he's walking toward is right down that way. Walks this way, going toward Hill Valley in the movie. Okay, so now we are at the location. This is going to be Lorraine's house from the movie Back to the Future. So I'll turn it around here and show you here. So there it is, Lorraine's house. And as you remember from the movie, George was up in this tree being a peeping Tom, looking into her window there. In that tree, right above. Yep, down this street.
And this is where you got hit by the car.
Yeah.
I think it's that one because of the window.
Yeah.
Cool. This one's pretty cool. Can't miss this one. This is Doc's house from 1955. It actually is called the Gamble House. It's a historical house, but for those of you Back to the Future fans, you'll know it as Doc's house. So there it is right there.
And that's the multiple doors that people talk about all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can zoom in. There we go, look at that zoom. Bam! So that's where Marty knocks on his door. Him and Doc have a little conversation as they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They run all the way down here into Doc's garage as Marty is explaining to him about everything and saying he needs his help. Stuff like that. So there's the house and there is the garage. It's gonna be George McFly's house. We're actually across the street right now. And we're in Pasadena. Yep, there it is. So that's the house from the movie where Marty and George are in the backyard talking about their plan on how to get Lorraine to fall in love with George. Alright guys, so now we are on the side of the school. I was checking the Back to the Future fan site and they were explaining that if you're on the east side of the school, that you can actually see where a lot of the action took place in the quad. This is the quad section of the school. And from what it looks like in the movie, it looks like the cars were probably parked on this side as George comes running out, getting ready to save Lorraine inside of Marty's car. And back that way, I don't know if you can see it, but by these doors over here, it looks like maybe that's where the scene was filmed, where when the other flunkies of Biff throw Marty in the car and then the band are like, hey, what are you doing? And you know, and it seems like that's where that scene took place, but I don't know for sure. But definitely this was the quad area where the car, Marty's car was parked. And a lot of the action took place and where George knocked out Biff. And then probably, I would imagine, a few other scenes from Back to the Future Part 2, because they do return back to the school. So it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of other stuff was filmed. Like I said, there's not really a specific area. You really have to be a movie buff and movie geek to get everything down to an exact T, where the doors line up, the windows line up. So yeah, if you think so, let me know in the comments. This reminded me of too is that when Marty comes back from pretty much saving his parents' past, he returns back to 1985. What he sees is Doc's truck still here, and kind of the scene playing out from the beginning of the movie where you see Doc getting killed. So he actually rolls down this, make sure I don't get hit, taking out like Doc. He actually rolls down this hill right over here. So he tumbles, I mean takes a dive, play the scene right now, but he takes a dive, a pretty good dive. As he rolls down the hill, I mean tumbles, and like with Wayne watches everything play out. So this is where all that happened. If you come out here to Twin Pines Mall, I guess in the movie, Puente Hills Mall in real life, and you decide to stop by, this is the area. There should be a 24-hour fitness behind you, Ross on the side, and yeah, so this is where it all took place. And yeah, the pole behind me says F2, so if you're confused on, well, where about, just search for this gigantic pole in the sky that it's like almost like an alien spaceship. F2 is on the pole, and that's exactly where everything took place.